Hey, what's up guys? Max here, and today let's talk about the Red Skull buff that's set to come in the future, right? It's not live right now. This is part of the content creator program, access to some gameplay and just some descriptions of Red Skull, and you're gonna love, at least I like this character buff. So, if you're into like Battlegrounds, if you're into like Alliance War or just a cool, easy questing champion, I think this guy provides those check marks in the boxes. That's how it's said, right? So he is actually pretty fun to use, pretty easy to use, and I think he's going to be a very hard defender to fight with. Now, all this is like, again, on paper and speculations until we have the Battlegrounds active and we can place him on defense and get a feel of how he performs on defense. Then we officially know if he's a good defender or not. I've done the mistake in the past that I've ranked up champions to rank 4, rank 5 on the hopes and dreams that, hey, X and Y person told me that that was good, and this is not the case, guys. So fair warning, okay? Don't do that, because I don't even play that way. I'll take them to rank 3, rank 4 if I have a lot of catalyst materials expiring, maybe. But from 4 to 5, I keep it very like, wait a minute, let's see and test him out on the live server to see how he performs. But on what I did the testing in the live stream, I wanted to let you guys know that he seems like to be a good defender. You're going to need specific counters for him, and we'll go into details why. So here's the buff changes, and I want to say a big buff that Red Skull got. It's a lot. It seems like a lot, but it's really not. So we're going to break it down. First of all, his Awakened ability. If Kabam decides to launch a 7-star at the time of the buff, introduces him as a 7-star and a crystal, definitely picking up the 7-star, taking him to rank 2. Unawaken is going to be probably the best route to go. If you have a SIG 200, 6-star, and on the fence, whether you just got the 7-star and thinking about doing so. And the reason why I say this is because of his Awaken ability features. Basically is 2 things. On every 10th hit, basic hit that he does, he gets 1 armor up. That's actually going to be very good. When combined with the power bar that you and the defender gets. So you essentially can end up with 3 bars of power fairly quick, but it's not game breaking. It's not like you can't get armor ups from different sources. It just helps you get to the 10 armor ups a lot quicker. Now, the coolest and probably best thing, and this is why maybe the 6-star SIG 200 is going to be a little bit better, it's because of the power that you can gain by basically holding heavy. So while charging a heavy attack generates 7.5% of power per second, Red Skull's heavy attack can be charged for an extended duration. So you can literally sit there and hold heavy. Now, obviously, the AI is going to attack at you because it just doesn't allow you to do so just for long periods of time. But if you have the spacing and you want to risk it and the AI doesn't have a special 1 or special 2, feel free to hold heavy for as long as possible. If you have a SIG 200, rank 4, rank 5, it's going to help you to get to that special 1, special 2, wherever you're at a lot quicker, keeping in mind that that benefits Red Skull as well. So, but it's not like, with that, I don't want to say it's like mandatory. I found him to be still very useful without that feature. Now, always active, fully immune to nullify Fate Seal staggered effects from all champions, and against mutants, which is basically Archangel and Domino, Red Skull's ability accuracy cannot be modified. So whether there's future mutant champions that are very annoying on defense or offense, he's going to be like a good counter eventually, kind of set in stone for those mutant annoying defenders. So how many armor ups can you get? He can get up to 10 armor ups. That's basically the max that he has. Starts each fight with half of it. So if you think about it, if he caps out at 10, you start the fight with 50% there, and it's easy to get to 10. It's easy to lose armor ups, but it's easy to get to them too as well. So each increasing the armor rating by 250. I mean, he starts with already 5, so you can just imagine how tanky this guy's going to be. When either champion fills a bar of power, that's how he gets an armor up. So if you fill a bar of power, if he fills or she fills a bar of power on who you're fighting against, he's going to get an armor up. Now, keep in mind, this is already where the defensive features come in play. the tankiness of his armor ups, the tankiness of Red Skull, and also how quickly he's going to get to 10, the max. So he's going to start with 5, and when you start attacking into him, you push him to 1 bar of power, he's going to get another, so he's going to be at 6. If you push yourself to 1 bar of power, you're going to be at 7. And keep in mind, you're almost basically at 10, so very quick into the fight, his defensive features really start to shine. And what do those armors basically do? For each armor up buff, Red Skull gains the following bonuses. This is a moment where he really shines as a defender, okay? So this is why I'm rating this guy really high on the defensive side. Don't know how, again, keep in mind, still keeping you that warning, how that's going to perform live on the servers. The attack rating is increased, so that's good if you're using him offensively. Be careful if he hits you, because he's going to have a huge attack rating. The critical resistance is going to get increased, okay? This is per armor up, okay? Per armor up. He's probably at 8 to close to 10 at this point. Energy resistance is increased, but the key one, the one that just puts the cherry on top and makes the fight incredibly difficult for most people, it's going to be the opponent's stun accuracy. So you're not going to be able to parry stun this guy with whatever champion you bring once he's high up to like 70 to 80% negative opponent stun ability accuracy, okay? So once he's got those 6 to 8 armor ups, and if you got him at 10 and you have no champion that armor breaks this guy, you're going to be in trouble. Okay, blocking a basic attack consumes a personal armor up buff to power drain 10% of the opponent's max power and deal 392 direct damage for each armor up buff on Red Skull. So basically, if you block, you parry, you're going to be able to drain this your opponent's power, which is really good. Now it's 10% off their max power, so if the more power they have, the more you're going to be able to drain. So very good for offense, sorry, if you're pushing an opponent very close to special 2, 3, and you accidentally push them to special 3, just hold block. Hopefully they attack into you and you're good to go, and most likely right after that they will launch a special. And now his heavy attack inflicts a non-stacking heal block debuff for 12 seconds, which is really good actually for those annoying metas in Battlegrounds where there's a lot of healing going on, or you just need a very strong heal block opponent. You're going to be able to parry, block, remove power, and apply a heal block if you go heavy. And if you hold it and then let go, you're going to gain power as well. Now, Special 1, Special 2, Special 3s. Let's talk about those really quickly. On activation, gains an auto block passive, granting a 100% chance to auto block basic attacks for 3 seconds. Now, this timer is very interesting because when I was timing it on defense, like I did a duel against him, and I found that the timer wasn't really accurate. It felt more like a 5-second delay. I don't know if this is bugged or not, or if that's actually what a 3-second looks like, because that right out the gate when he launched the special 1, it didn't seem like it was 3 seconds. Now, durations pause until the special attack ends, and it's consumed when triggered. Auto block will not trigger when Red Skull is unstoppable. Now, this is going to be interesting because you would be like, oh, well, Max, did you start the clock right after the special 1 ended? Yes, I did. And it seemed like it actually lasted a lot longer. Now, the first hit pauses all shock debuffs on the opponents for 6 seconds. So if you got hit and you have some shocks on you, I deal with special 2. This is more of an offensive feature. You're going to be able to pause those, so they're going to be ticking down and just kind of working that opponent down. And basically, each hit deals a burst of 2356 energy damage, over 2300 energy damage, deals an additional burst of energy damage if the opponent's suffering from a shock debuff. So, why is there so much shock involved? Well, it's because of the special 2, because we haven't talked about any shocks yet. On activation, gains an unstoppable buff for 2 seconds, plus 0.5 seconds per armor up buff on Red Skull. Durations pause until the special attack ends and consumes when struck. So, the unstoppable was pretty cool and very annoying. This is very annoying too on defense. So if you end up pushing him to special 2 and you don't have a counter for unstoppables, then you're just gonna have to wait it out and wait until that unstoppable ends. Now keep in mind, it's gonna be a 0.5 second per armor up buff. He starts with 5. If you got him to accidentally to special 2 and he has 10 armor ups, that unstoppable is going to be very annoying. It's going to delay you. Another reason why he's a good defender. How many defenders do you know that you have? Once they go unstoppable, you got to wait, and then attack if you don't have the counter, right? So now each hit inflicts a shock debuff, dealing 706 energy damage per over 6 seconds plus 1 second per armor buff on Red Skull. So again, it all really ties really well together because of his armor ups. Now, the special 3, 100% of the opponent drains 100% of the opponent's power. For every 10% of the max power drain this way, gains an armor up buff. Again, pretty cool feature just to kind of control the fight with the drain. Now, one of the relics you want to do actually apply on this guy, it's Hulkbuster, which is what we have active. So see how we started with 5 armor ups. Once we parry, when we power drain him, we're gonna take away 1. Now we got 6, 7, because he gained a bar of power, I gained a bar of power. Now I launched my special 1, which is not ideal. You don't want to do that. You actually want to go into a special 2. And then watch, we're gonna go into a special 2 right now. As we get into the relic, we have 10 armor ups, so we should be dealing tons of damage now with that shock. And what you want to do is just basically hold block and KO the opponent. One of the things I want to point out too is on this fight, not a perfect fight, but 36 seconds. This is a rank 5, keep in mind, and that Cyclops is class advantage. And I think he was just over 200,000 health. Now let's look at a tankier Cyclops dealing over 10,000 damage per hit. You know, his attack damage is going to be, well, not 10,000 per hit, but his attack damage is going to be 10,000. And I want to show you how strong that armor up is. So in this fight, we're focusing on getting up to 10 armor ups and then just blocking special 1s or special 2s, especially special 2s since it's a big, a longer combination hit. So right now we're at 5. Ooh, okay. Accidentally got hit there, but we'll keep that in mind. So 94%, let's just keep the percentage in mind that he's at. And ideally, what I want to get to is I want to get to 10 armor ups. So we're going to push him right now to 1 bar of power. So that gives us 9. And we're going to push ourselves to 1 bar of power. So that gives us 10. And then we're going to try to push him to 2 bars of power. Again, pausing the shocks with the special 1. And then we're just going to block that 94%, 93% on the, basically 1% on the damage that we took there, guys. Blocking in an entire special 2. Bring me any other champion and block an entire special 2 at this amount of like damage output, he's gonna take down some health. Now we're gonna go ahead and block another special 2 if he launches it. Let's see if he does. He will. I just want to again showcase his tankiness. Basically, again, another feature that makes him a good attacker, and also a good defender. You know, so just this is not to basically how fast he can nuke, but how safe and reliable he could be on offense if you needed a tanky attacker. Also, you want to make sure that your opponent you're going to be fighting with can take some shock damage. There's a lot of shock immune champions actually out there, so be careful on that too as well. But the tankiness on this guy on defense is gonna shine very well. I think he's gonna be really good when people use him. Now let's go ahead and do another matchup. Maybe not a class advantage. Let's give him some class disadvantage and just showcase that that tankiness here on the second Drax. So now we're gonna focus up on the second Drax, not the first one, because the first one, actually the first one's pretty good. He's gonna be over 13,000 attack. Okay, let's do that. Let's actually see if we can eat an entire special 2. If we can get to 10 armor ups, again, we're gonna hold back on these, probably launch a special 2. Let me see, we got him to 2 bars of power. Let me see if we can, we drained him. Okay, that's fine. So let's go with the special 1, just because I don't want to launch a special 2. And we got 10 armor ups. Okay, we didn't get to 10, but we're gonna block this entire special 2, see if he launches it. And okay, well, class disadvantage did do some damage right there, but we're at 97%. Okay, that's still not too bad. Now that we're at 10, let's see if he launches this. 97%. Okay, we dropped down to 94, 95%, basically 2% there of damage by blocking an entire special 2. And ideally, guys, you're not gonna be blocking a lot of hits, right? Imagine if he was like, if he had the awakened abilities from being able to block unblockable attacks. That would be kind of pretty much OP, but the amount of block damage he takes because of his armor ups, it's really good. Drax class advantage, punching down on this guy. Really good champion. Offensively, though, I would say he's going to be good if the opponent can take some shock. I think he's going to be a slight dual threat option in Battlegrounds. Also really good for if you care by the time this guy launches, which I believe is in December. It's not going to be, might be different metas for Alliance War. I believe so. Maybe we might catch him on defense towards the tail end of seasons. But for Battlegrounds, for sure, if you wanted this guy, probably not going to catch that either. But if this meta comes back around, or in general, I think this guy's going to be, it's going to shine really good overall in Red Skull. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I can get some more gameplay if you want to see him more offensively. But I did want to showcase my ideas so far, what my brain is thinking when it comes to Red Skull. Let me know again if you enjoy this kind of videos, especially on the new champions, buff champions, and where I think they're going to shine. And if you have a Red Skull, don't rank them up quite yet. Let's wait until it gets live in the server. Because keep in mind, things may change based on how we're actually showcasing this champion. If things seem off, too overpowered, too weak, you know, Kabam still has that ability to do so. Take care. Don't forget to drop a like, guys. Hit a comment in the comment section below. I'll be there with you. Take care. Peace.